All right, this one is actually a very important item to remember, and a lot of GMs who have been at it for a while will remind you of this because it is important to remember that the GM has full discretionary power at the game. If a player wants to do something, and a lot of it seems just kind of like maybe it's kind of flying in the face of one of the other things that we've already gone over, or maybe it's flying in the face of what the story would allow or what would make sense in the environment. Your player doesn't really necessarily have a way of knowing, but you can be like, we're not going to do this. And if you can at least be fair about it and say like, this is why, like, technically your character shouldn't know about that thing, you do as the player, and that's fine. Or you know, you want to do this thing, but there's really just no feasible way of you actually accomplishing it. For example, you want to throw like this grappling hook up onto this one spot, and technically the dice say that you should be able to, at any given point, be able to succeed this, but there's, you know, something that just doesn't make sense to do so. You know, the GM ultimately has the power to say no. And it could also be for the reason of like, this other person has been trying to get their plan to work. And they're really like, this is the one thing they care about this entire session. And you're just going to try and like go around and make it so it's a moot point. So you're going to ruin their fun for it? No, that's not fair. That's not what we're here for. Will it add to you? Are you just wanting to do this because you just want to be the star of the scene? No, like, no. But again, you have to be careful with this. You can't just arbitrate things because you don't like it. You have to understand that there is a time and a place to just say, I'm the GM, I say no. You can also say, as a player at the table, because you are still a player at the table, you just happen to be arbitrating the scenes and the rules and, you know, playing every character that isn't in direct control of the players. You can also say, look, I'm not comfortable with this as a player, so please respect the fact that I'm not comfortable playing out the scene. I'm not comfortable with the subject matter that we're heading towards. I'm not comfortable being the one who has to arbitrate this because I don't want to have someone hurt simply because I have to choose sides on this thing now. That's why I basically just tell my players, you want to do PvP? No. Or you want to do PvP? Okay, but I'm stepping out of it, and we are going simply rules as written the entire time, and you have to deal with it then. So yeah, GM has full discretionary power over the game, and that extends to a lot of different things. It also can extend to who's welcome at the table, who's welcome at what is welcome subject matter in the game, what is acceptable conduct at the table, what is, because you have to also consider the fact that you are the one person who basically has the most information, because people are going to be coming to you about like, hey, I want to do this, hey, I want to do that, hey, I want to, this person's bothering me whenever they do this thing, or hey, this it really bothers me that I don't get to do this thing. And they are often the one who has the most complete story, not just with all of the players, but with the story itself and all that. So use it responsibly, but make it clear to the players that, like, if I say no, it's not because I'm trying to punish you. It's because I have a piece of information that you might not be savvy to, because it's not necessarily something you need to know, or have a right to know. But also, if I say yes to someone doing something crazy, it's probably because it's within the bounds of what we've already agreed on as being fair and awesome for the game. So, yeah, be excellent to each other, be excellent to yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.